Imagine walking into a room full of strangers. You haven't spoken a single word. You haven't introduced yourself. Yet almost everyone has already formed an opinion about you. Some think you're intelligent. Some assume you're confident. Others decide you're unfriendly. And here's the shocking part. Most of those opinions will stay with them for years. How can people judge someone they've never met? Today, we'll explore one of psychology's most powerful mental shortcuts, the halo effect. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your first 7 seconds matter far more than you ever imagined. Every second, your brain processes millions of bits of information. But consciously, it can only focus on a tiny fraction. To survive, your brain uses mental shortcuts called heuristics. Instead of analyzing every detail, it makes quick guesses. Friend or enemy? Safe or dangerous? Trustworthy or suspicious? Thousands of years ago, these rapid judgments kept our ancestors alive. Today, they're still running in the background. Even during a job interview. Even on a first date. Even while scrolling social media. One psychological bias explains much of this. It's called the halo effect. If someone appears attractive, our brain often assumes they're also intelligent, kind, successful, competent, even when there's no evidence. One positive quality creates a halo that influences every other judgment. Psychologist Edward Thorndike first described this effect in 1920 after observing how military officers consistently rated attractive or impressive-looking soldiers as better leaders, even without objective evidence. Since then, hundreds of studies have shown that first impressions can influence hiring decisions, grades, salaries, elections, and courtroom outcomes. Imagine watching 2 videos. In the first, a teacher smiles warmly, makes eye contact, speaks confidently. In the second, the exact same teacher avoids eye contact, appears cold, speaks in a monotone voice. Students rated the warm teacher as more intelligent, more knowledgeable, more organized. Even though the lecture content was identical, nothing changed except the first impression. That's the power of the halo effect. Researchers have found that people often form impressions within just a few seconds of meeting someone. In that brief moment, your brain notices your posture, your facial expressions, your clothing, your voice, your eye contact, your smile, your energy. Then it builds an entire story about who you are. And once that story exists, your brain begins searching for evidence that confirms it. This is called confirmation bias. Instead of changing our minds, we protect our first impression. Imagine 2 job candidates. Both have identical qualifications. One arrives with confidence, good posture, a warm smile, and a calm voice. The other appears nervous, avoids eye contact, and fidgets constantly, even before the interview begins. The interviewer may already expect one candidate to perform better. Now think about social media. A clean profile picture, professional photos, confident body language. Within seconds, people decide whether to follow you, trust you, or ignore you. Even companies spend billions designing logos, packaging, and websites because they know first impressions influence buying decisions. Yes, but it's difficult. Psychologists call this belief perseverance. Once people create a mental image, they naturally resist changing it. Changing a first impression requires consistent behavior, multiple positive interactions, and time. One apology rarely changes someone's opinion. One good day isn't enough. Trust is rebuilt through repetition. The good news? Small changes make a huge difference. Smile genuinely. Maintain eye contact. Use confident posture. Speak clearly. Listen more than you talk. Remember people's names. Be curious instead of trying to impress. Most importantly, be authentic. People eventually detect fake confidence, but genuine warmth leaves a lasting impression. The halo effect reminds us of something fascinating. Our brains don't see people as they truly are. They see stories. Stories built from just a few seconds. The next time you meet someone, remember, your brain is writing a story before you've even finished saying hello. And maybe, give people a second chance. Because first impressions are powerful, but they aren't always true.